Hey everybody, Josh here. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be covering integrity. That is the integrity that's part of the CIA triad, being confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These are the three main pillars in information security. Most of what we do as defenders kind of falls within these three pillars. So confidentiality is just making sure data or information remains confidential and protected from those who are not supposed to see it. Availability is essentially ensuring that systems remain online and accessible to those who need them. And integrity refers to maintaining consistency and trustworthiness of data. That is, making sure data doesn't get changed when it's not supposed to be changed. And if it does get changed, some kind of alert or something is raised so an analyst or someone can investigate the change. So again, today's video is going to be on integrity. We're going to do a demo that will hopefully give you a better intuition of what integrity actually means in cybersecurity. In order to do this, we're going to create in PowerShell a really simple FIM, and FIM stands for File Integrity Monitor. A FIM is basically just an application that monitors some important files and has the ability to raise some kind of alert once one of those critical files have changed. You'll see FIMs referenced a lot in a lot of framework and compliance documentation. For example, in PCI DSS or Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, you'll see FIM referenced in a couple of the controls here. So basically, we're going to build a FIM in PowerShell and then do a little demo on it, and I'll show you how it works, and hopefully you'll be able to gain a better understanding of integrity in general and how FIMs work at the end of this video. You can also take the code from this, take it for yourself and make it your own, and maybe like expand on it a little bit, put it on your resume. And before we get started, I just want to say I'll make another part to this video, but that part will kind of be like the whole coding process. It's like really realistic, that will kind of realistically convey the struggles that I go through when I actually build this program. For this video, I'll like cut it up a lot and make it like really easy to digest, but I'll have like a second video that kind of shows the actual coding process of it to kind of give you a better sense of like how coding is done like more realistically, like all the Googling that's involved in like figuring stuff out and all that. So yeah, just watch out for that video. So let's get started. So getting into the actual code of this, the actual code is quite ghetto. I just kind of did it on the fly and was recording myself and talking at the same time. So I didn't pay that much attention to like the cleanliness of it and all of that stuff. So I'll just kind of explain this. Basically, you start the program. I'll just do a demo on it and then I'll kind of explain what's happening after the fact. But so basically you start the program and it just asks, what would you like to do? Collect a new baseline or begin monitoring files with a saved baseline. It's the first time we're running it, so we don't have a baseline yet. So I'll just say A, collect a new baseline. And what this program is going to do, some of the lines are hidden, but it's going to go into this files folder. This is where we're trying to monitor the files. It's going to examine all of these text files. It's going to get the file path, and it's also going to calculate the actual hash for each one of these files and kind of store all of that in another text file called the baseline file. So we'll just say A and say enter. And then you can see this baseline file was created here. And as you can see inside, it's just the file path and then the corresponding SHA-512 baseline. Make it a little bit bigger to see. And just to kind of show you in PowerShell, you can calculate hashes with this like get file hash commandlet. You can say path, and then you just say like the path where you want to like look for the file, and then which file you want to calculate the hash for, and then you can pick the algorithm. And I just use SHA-512 for this, for example. If I do this and say enter, you can see essentially it returns an object that has the hash value. So basically, when I run it the first time, it just gathers up all the files in here, calculates a hash for all of them, and then outputs them to this file. So we'll run this program again, and it says, what do you want to do? And then you can say, now that we have our actual baseline, we can say begin monitoring files with saved baseline. So we'll say B. And basically what happens with the program at this point is it's just going to run in like an infinite loop, pause for a second, loop, pause for a second. And what it's doing is it's taking the hashes that are in our baseline that we established, and then it's repeatedly calculating the hashes for these 4 files in here. And if one of these files were to change or be deleted, or one will be added, of course, if it's changed, the hash will be different. And so it's going to alert us. Like that's what a FIM does, File Integrity Monitor. So the integrity has been compromised, so it will alert us. Or if a file is deleted or moved, for example, it will alert us. And if one is added, it will alert us. So just to demonstrate this, I'll just kind of move one of these files out of here. And you can see immediately it's like, oh, it's been deleted. If we move it back, it stops complaining. If we change one of these in the slightest bit, so for example, I add an A on this and then I save it. It's like it's changed. Likewise, if I put it back to where it was and save it, its hash is reverted and then it stops complaining. So if we can close this, and then maybe I'll add another file in here called e.txt. So I'll save this somewhere else, and then I'll drag this in here, e.text, and it's like e.text has been created. And we remove it, it stops complaining. So as long as this folder that we're monitoring, as long as it stays in the same state it was when our baseline was taken, there'll be no alerts raised by the FIM. But as you can see, if we change something or even like add something in here, it lets us know. We remove it, revert it back to its previous state, it stops complaining. Add even a space and save it, it changes the hash. And then likewise, our FIM will kind of alert us of the change. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So to give like a demo of this, I'll just kind of show you real quick, and then we can wrap the video up. So I'll stop this application, and I'll get the file hash. Let me get hash of A really quick. Let me do this hash. So this is the file hash of a.text as it is right now. You can see it ends in DAC09. And then if I go to A and I add even a space and I'll save it, and then I calculate the hash for the same file and say enter, and you can see the hash like totally changed, even though we just added a single space. Yeah, it's very interesting. This is what our program like essentially does, but it goes like really quickly and does it like every second, like keeps comparing them like every second. So change it back, run this whole program again. I'll enter B for begin monitoring. Nothing happens. Add a C to c.text. It notices the hash has changed and it complains. So that's file integrity, just ensuring that the files retained their trustworthiness and ensure that they haven't been changed when they weren't supposed to be changed. If something does change or something happens to them, an alert is raised and the analyst can go and inspect and see like who or what did it and like why it happened. But yeah, I hope that was interesting. Hope it was useful. I hope it kind of clears up what integrity is and like how file hashing can be used to maintain integrity. If you haven't watched this video, I might encourage you to watch it. It's kind of interesting if you're new to file hashing and integrity and all of those things. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I do read and reply to all the comments, so please feel free to leave any comments. I also have a Patreon if you feel like supporting me. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I appreciate you very much, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.